Hi, I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
And welcome to Rediscover, a space where we engage in authentic conversation about life as we grow through it and whatever comes up along the way.
Nothing is off the table here. We talk about the real stuff, the hard stuff, the beautiful moments, and everything under the sun.
Around here, we're always rediscovering, sharing empowering stories, and connecting our hearts and minds with every facet of life.
We invite you to be part of the conversation as we broaden our perspectives, release limitations, and grow to create our most joyful and fulfilling lives together.
So grab a cup of something cozy as we rediscover all the best parts of you
and bring a little magic into your day.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
And welcome back to Rediscover.
Wow.
It's been a minute. Sorry to keep you all hanging, but summer got a little crazy.
Oh my gosh.
But we're back and wanted to check in, have a little chat, and reunite.
Yeah, honestly, it's the reunion episode because I feel like we've not taken this long of a hiatus. Like, we've taken summers off, I feel like, fairly consistently. Mm-hmm. But because it's like end of September now, it feels like it was way, way longer when in actuality it was probably just one more month.
Yeah.
But yeah, life is lifing.
I was going to say the same thing. It's literally crazy, but I'm happy to be recording something with you today and circling back to our little rediscover routine here. It feels good.
It feels good because, spoiler alert, we're recording in a new place that we've never recorded before, and I just realized that, and it's cool because I was thinking about today and I was like, oh, well, if I go over there, like, we can sit on her floor and like record like we always do. But it is cool that no matter where we are, like, we're able to kind of take this with us, and I'm sure you feel that way to the extreme because of all the different countries you've been in when we've recorded. But it's cool that we're able to take this with us. And I feel like lately there's been a lot of upheaval and just new and different, and not all bad, not all good, but just like a lot of new things.
Yeah.
And there's these constants that we get to return to in life, and whether it's like a person or your home or a place that's familiar, and Rediscover kind of feels like another familiar space that no matter what's going on, we're able to return to and just kind of use it as a way to center ourselves and like find grounding somewhere.
Yeah, it is really nice to have that returning point. So thank you guys for your patience in our hiatus and for sticking with us through all different seasons, because it's just, I feel like it just encapsulates life a little bit. So
I also feel like it's fun when I listen to a podcast and they haven't recorded in a while, and then they release a new episode and they move up to like the top of my like feed when I refresh, or it's like the first show that comes up. I'm like, oh my gosh,
they're back.
Like, I almost forgot about you.
Well, don't forget about us. We're here, and we're going to catch you up a little bit on what's been going on.
Wow.
And I don't even know where to start.
I don't even. For the first time since we started this podcast, I actually don't know where to start.
Yeah, there's been a lot. So I think the last time we either recorded or posted was about May, I think. Yeah. So we've had a whole summer, and summer, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like everyone I've talked to said summer flew by.
Yes.
And
like a lot happened for them. I feel like the last few months, everyone I know has like had some like massive life shift. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Not a season of stagnation for anybody.
No. So where do we begin? So I think you were saying you did get your new job the last time we had.
Yeah, I remember us recording because I think I was in New York watching Rosie for my parents. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that was all coming together, I think, at the time.
Yeah. Oh, possibly. Yeah, because we were talking about how everything was really meant to be, and all the cards stacked up and came together. And I think you were looking for an apartment, which fast forward to now, that's where we're recording from.
We're sitting in my new apartment.
Oh my gosh, I love when these things unfold
full
circle.
And I remember being so stressed about finding a good place, and like, I think when a new season of life happens and everything feels like it's transitioning, there's this part of me that needs to have some like solid ground, and for me that's always been like a place to come home to. Like, I've had a lot of apartments in my adult life, and some of them have been good and some of them have been bad and some of them have been great, and the great ones have been like a haven for me. So it was a lot of pressure to put on an apartment to be that for me. But I think we found it, and I'm glad you're here.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It really encapsulates yours and Anthony's personalities. It is light and beautiful, and it feels like a home. I know it's only been a couple months, but I can't wait to come back over.
I know. I can't
celebrate other
wait.
things and be cozy. It's a very cozy space.
It was the goal.
You know.
I was like, all right, if I'm doing winter, it has to be cozy in here.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I went like full steam ahead with like getting it, quote, done. Is it like done? No. Are you ever done? No. There's like so many more things I want to do. And I'm sure once we like haul out all the Christmas decorations, I'll be like, oh, we need to get so many other things. And then he's going to be like, okay, where are we going to store them? Or then it's going to be like a married couple argument, which I'm very much looking forward to. But
Yay.
I think I did go full steam ahead with just making it feel cozy, and like Anthony kept being like, I feel like you're nesting, because I wanted to create a space that could be like immediately a comfort to me in a season where everything was changing.
Yeah.
And also a space where I could be like, and Anthony's very much this way too, like we are very much like come on over type of people, you know, come for dinner, come hang out, come sit on the couch and drink tea, which is what we've been doing all day. But literally like for no reason, just come on over. And we just wanted this to be a space that we could fill with like friends and family and make memories and have it be a comfortable and like welcoming space too. So I hope we did that. And
Definitely. It feels very warm and full of love already.
Yay.
And I absolutely love it. I feel just right at home here. So thanks for having me over.
Oh my gosh, anytime.
It's great. Yeah. And by the way, I am in the States right now.
Oh
Surprise.
Yeah. Surprise. We are not recording remotely.
Yes. I am not even posting this on social media. So if you're a Rediscover listener, you know the real inside scoop. But I did pop back home for my Nana's 90th birthday, which I think is an amazing feat to be 90 in this
and to
life.
be as sweet and happy as she is.
Yeah, and like present and attentive and engaged in her life.
I mean, think about the last 90 years though. So much of the world has changed. Like 90 years ago.
Oh, it was a different world.
The Great Depression.
Yeah, it's wild.
She lived through a world war.
I know.
And the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah, and that seems
9/11.
so far.
And the 80s.
And the 90s and the 2000s.
All that's changed. Even just like going from what is technology to a rotary phone to an iPhone.
I know.
It must be so dizzying.
I know. It's crazy. And she, has done it all with grace. And she's still here today, and I'm so thankful. But I wasn't going to come, and it was a very, very difficult and long travel day to get here. But I'm so thankful I did. It was worth every single moment of investing myself into the journey.
The 5-hour bus ride.
5-hour bus ride, 3 flights, lots of tears, and lots of Emily in Paris. Later, we did make it, and it was worth it. We had a big celebration for her. It honestly felt like Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. Everyone in town showed up for this because she's so loved.
Cute.
She is so loved in our town, and I just love her so much. Like she's not only my grandmother, my Nana, but she's my godmother too. And she's...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. And we share the same middle name too. So
I didn't know that either.
Faye is from...
Nana Faye.
Nana.
I'm kidding. I just like, how like when you're a kid, someone's first name is like just their job title. It's just mom.
Yes. Anyways, so that's a little side note. So I was not planning on coming. It was very last minute, but I was like, if a flight exists that would be feasible, I'll do it. And it stared me right in the face. I'm like, I can't miss this for the world. So came here, and I'm actually heading back to finish out all of our original plans for, I think we have about 7 weeks left. So I'm going to head back out in 2 days. So by the time you listen to this, I'll already be back. It'll be like I never left, but it was so needed on top of, Nana's birthday. I think it was a really much needed mental health reset too, just to have some sort of again, what we were talking about, this a grounding familiarity. Your energy gets all over the place and you're adapting and adjusting to a new environment on a monthly basis, if not more. And my resiliency just felt a little low. So I do feel very much re-energized and more grounded. I feel like I was able to get a lot of things done for this next season of life. That is so exciting. And
are you talking about wedding plans?
Yes, unfolding for both of us at the same time. Did you guys know we're getting married in the same year now? And very close. The dates are not terribly far from each other.
No, they're not.
Very exciting.
We're getting married within 6 weeks of each other.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I haven't actually mentioned my wedding date because I don't
want to mention mine either.
I feel like it's not you guys. It's not you guys. It's the other people.
Yeah. If you know us, you can just
pop
us a message. Yeah. It's private though, and the guest lists are tight. But I also think the only thing I've posted on social media about my wedding was someone asked in a question box months ago what we were thinking of doing, and it was before we booked. And I said at that time we were thinking destination. I don't know if I've even talked about this on Rediscover. I might have, but
I don't think so because I think the last time we recorded was long before any of this happened.
Yeah, so we didn't decide what we were going to do until July, and we had this whole plan. We were going to do it. I mean, should I just share? I guess why not?
Yeah.
The mighty and resilient Merrimack River, carving through the communities of our great region. My name is Linda Lorden, proud president of Merrimack County Savings Bank, and like the river that serves as our namesake, we're a constant yet ever-changing presence. Because to us, it's bigger than banking. It's about powering communities and putting people first. It's about knowing where you came from and where you're going. That's Merrimack style. Visit us at themerrimack.com.
We were going to do it in Croatia on Mamma Mia Island, and I had an amazing vision for it. And it was honestly, it would probably be simpler than what we're doing now, but
isn't that ironic?
It's just so funny. But, we were going to do it at the restaurant, in the movie that they do, and have the ceremony where they did the dancing queen scene. We had this whole vision, but it was one of those situations where you just kept getting roadblock after roadblock. And the main roadblock was communication. I think we talked to 3 planners. Because you really do need somebody there if you're going to do a destination, I think, just to coordinate it.
Well, because it's somewhere you don't live and you're realistically not super familiar with.
Yeah.
If you don't know anyone.
Exactly. And I mean, we had been there before and we, knew a few people, like our Airbnb host and some local people, but that was a couple years ago and whatever. But it just wasn't really jiving. And the vision was so beautiful, but the reality was just not panning out. So we ended up, I had my mom and my aunt, they had looked at venues more closer to our hometown, and they went to a whole bunch of them and FaceTimed us in, and I had one that really stuck out to me. So I had a vision. I wanted to do it during a certain season, and so I kind of had to decide based on some FaceTime calls and the feel of it, and we booked something around July of this year. So a few months ago now, we've had a venue and everything's been falling into place. And, as much as the old dream was so exciting and would have been so beautiful, I feel like in a different reality, we would have done it. But honestly, I think what we ended up deciding is so magical, and I'm so excited. I could not be happier. And it'll be nice to celebrate with people, because when we got engaged, we were on our own, and by the time
we're in a very remote part of the world.
And it was such a beautiful, beautiful setting, but there is something so special about celebrating with people all together that I think is so important during this wedding season, especially since we really haven't seen a lot of people in the past couple years on a consistent basis. So it's going to be such a beautiful wedding, but also reunion and homecoming type of situation. So
yeah, It's so perfect for you. And
I'm so
I mean,
excited.
both would have been perfect for you.
Yeah.
Both would have been such a reflection of the two of you. But I think this is just worked out so beautifully for you and Steven to be together with all the people you love in this place that brought you together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's so special. I know. I feel like my whole perspective has just, it's been very grounding. It's like, we keep saying, we're like, around the world and back. Like, that's the whole thing.
That's
is,
cute.
You know, we've been all over, but there really is no place like home. Not to be cliche, but it's true. And
It's a cliche for a reason.
exactly. It's so special. And honestly, over the past few years, you learn what's important in life, and it's these connections, and it's beautiful. Our life that we have, no matter what we're doing or no matter what phase we're going through, there is beauty in all of it. So it's really cool. I think it'll be a true ode and celebration to the beauty that already exists. Like, we don't have to be anything we're not. It's just coming back to the roots. So it's really fun. It's really fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so now we're getting married within 6 weeks of each other in the same city.
It's crazy, but honestly,
It's going to be so fun.
quite convenient. I know.
I know, and convenient.
It's really-
like, low-key, it's great.
It's really
I was like,
great.
okay, I got to figure out how to get to Croatia 2 months before my wedding.
I know. And it would have been magical.
Oh, we
but-
would have made it happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So, honestly.
We were looking at flights. We
Yeah.
were like, so if we go to Rome first.
that's the move. You always want to go to a big city for the first flight.
Yep.
Stay a day or two and then transfer because it's much cheaper.
To tempt me with pasta.
Oh, I know. But, yeah, so that's kind of the big news there. Yeah, I haven't posted any of this online, so.
I kind of like that Rediscover is like a place where, you know, if you really listen, you get to find out what's actually going on.
Yeah, the real details. This is the real chat. It's like you're coming out to coffee with us and we're going through all the details.
I mean, as far as Instagram is aware, the only thing I've done for my wedding is get my dress.
well, that's exciting.
But really, it's like
Lots of other things.
lots of planning has occurred. Yeah.
I love planning. I know some people get stressed, but it is scratching an itch in my brain. That is
I don't
so
even.
fun.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. I don't even know if I told you this, but I did a very Gemini wedding planning thing.
I want to know.
We were designing our save the dates, which I take back what I said about with joy, by the way. Also, for any of you,
Tune them in.
any of you future brides, we did some, and I can't even say we, it was mostly Anthony, did some very extensive wedding website research. And obviously Zola and like the Knot are the two big ones. And Anthony found this third one called With Joy, or just Joy. I think it's like withjoy.com, but it's called Joy.
Yeah.
And people were like, this is the sleeper hit. This is the one no one talks about. This is the one that has all the things the other two don't. It's so user-friendly, blah, blah, blah. And the more research we did, the more like Reddit stuff we dove into. We were like, this sounds like what we want.
Yeah.
So we started doing it. We've been using it this whole time. We love it. And like the one thing I had a gripe with was the formatting if you're getting your save the dates through the website, which we decided we would do for like just convenience and ease, but then we would do the invitations through like an actual paper company.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, the formatting's just like awful. Like I'd rather use like Canva. And then it turned out it was just like the Wi-Fi where we were. Because we came home and we did it and I was like, oh, it's working beautifully. So we did get our save the dates through With Joy. We are using With Joy. We have our registry done through them. Everything so far has been super, super user-friendly and like easy and seamless. But we were designing save the dates and we have our engagement photos have like two vibes in one because it was like daytime when we started, but then it got dark and we started using like flash. So there's two different kind of feels from one engagement session, and Anthony picked one photo and I picked another, and then we ended up designing two different save the dates and I couldn't pick, so we ordered half in one design.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
And half in the other design, and I was like, this is the most Gemini shit I have done for this wedding so far. Like,
I kind of love that.
I don't know, but I guess if someone can have like two wedding dresses, like I'm not doing that. I'm not having like a reception dress, so I can have two save the dates.
That's really fun.
And it did cost a little more to do that, but I was like, I can't couldn't decide.
That's okay.
Because of course, the more you buy, like the cheaper it is. And I was like, we're getting 2 sets of like a certain amount as opposed to like 1 set of all of them. But so there's like a daytime one that feels more like elegant and put together, and then there's a nighttime one that's like more party vibes, fun.
Are you gonna like match the vibe of the
to
save
the
the date
person
to the
it's
person
being sent to? Exactly.
I would totally do the same thing.
Exactly. That's the vision.
That's so fun.
So we haven't sent them out yet, but please don't be offended if you're listening and you get the like elegant, not party vibes one. It's not because I think you're boring. It's just because I think that you're elegant too.
Aww.
So
I love
and that's
that.
the one I designed. Anthony designed the fun one because of course he did. So
That's so funny.
they're really cute though. I'll show you.
That's a blast.
Yeah. So it's been like, that's my little hot tip is if you're looking for wedding websites, don't think it's just between the Knot and Zola. Like, do your homework. So far with Joy has been great for us, and I highly recommend. And also we ordered our save the dates and they were here like the following week.
Oh, that's
like, it was
really
quick.
great. That's so great.
And they send you the envelopes that have your address like in the font of your choosing on the back as like
Beautiful.
the return address. They're really nice. They feel like good quality. You can choose like the shape of the cardstock. Like it's nice.
That's great. Yeah.
And it's just easier than Canva because like you can design something on Canva, but printing it and doing that whole thing, it's not designed for wedding use.
Right.
So it's a few more steps you have to like layer in.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. Can't wait to see them.
Yeah, they're in a box in the rainbow room. I have to get them.
I love it. Yeah. Wedding planning's been fun. I still need to put our website together, but I've started it on with Joy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And because before I even talked to you about it, that was the one I was leaning towards. I just like the name of with Joy.
I know, it's cute.
It's Joy. We love Joyful, but yeah, I feel like I have so much information to share, so I got to make sure the formatting is good. But it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, and I think editing down of that is also important. Like, we've gone back and forth of whether we're gonna. Sorry, this episode was not meant to be like a wedding planning session, but you know what? It's the season of life that we're in, and we're here, and we're doing it together, and that's really cool.
Isn't that fun?
Now we have like this documentation of this season of life.
I know,
which
we can
is so great.
come back to this
and be like, wow, we did not end up doing any of that or whatever.
Gosh.
Yeah, I feel like we've been going back and forth. Like, do we do a hotel block or not? Like, maybe we don't.
Yeah.
Maybe people can just figure it out. Also, for so many of our friends from out of town, like all my Orlando friends are like, okay, what are the good Airbnbs? Like, that's our generation's version of the hotel block is like, show me the good Airbnb. So I'm like, if I just curate a list of like Airbnbs that are either close to the venue or they, have a lot of bedrooms for a big group of people, things like that,
and
that I feel like
so
fit
fun.
a lot of different needs. I've started doing that, and I've got like 8 or 9 like saved in like an Airbnb wish list. That's like labeled for the wedding.
Yeah, you can just share
for the
maybe
dates.
the link.
Yeah, and that way like people can see if the dates are available, if they want to stay a little before or after the wedding, they can see if that's available. They can like look at everything. And I don't know, like I don't really feel like I need to do like a hotel block at a Holiday Inn or something like that.
That's fun. Honestly, when I go to weddings, I love to partner with whatever friends I have to see if they want to go in on a big Airbnb. Because honestly, it's like one of your last times in life where people are all going to be on a trip like that together.
Yeah.
Unless you really go out of your way to plan something. But it is so fun to stay together because it's such a rare occasion.
Yeah.
So
And
I think that's so fun.
If you're traveling somewhere you've never been for a wedding, like Anthony and I are going to Vermont soon for a wedding. Neither of us have ever been to Vermont. So we're like, okay, we're going to stay a couple extra days after the wedding to like see this place we've never been. It's going to be autumn. It's going to be New England. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to bring the Rory sweater. If you know, you know. I have a similar sweater and it's coming with me.
Love it.
But we're like, we'll stay a couple extra days. And so if we're doing that, we love the idea of the Airbnb because we can make coffee in the morning and we can have maybe laundry if we need to do laundry while we're there. A place to come back to and like relax. When you're staying in a hotel room, there's no couch to sit on. You're just sitting on your bed or whatever. Yeah. So it feels much more like home away from home, which I think is the appeal of Airbnb, but this is not sponsored. If you use Vrbo, that's great too. I've done both, but just, I don't know, to have like a place that feels like you're sort of home base, which obviously is what you're doing when you're traveling around too. But for a wedding, especially, I feel like that can help you to get like a better feel for where you are than just being like, I'm in this hotel with this continental breakfast in the lobby.
Classic.
And like every hotel room sort of looks the same after a while, unless it's like a Disney resort.
Yeah. I love an Airbnb. Obviously, it's made my last couple years of my lifestyle
It's
happen,
literally been
but
your home.
I know. And I mean, it's been getting mixed reviews lately. I do think that a lot of them have been hiked up in price and stuff, but I still really...
Is that a thing?
Not like the monthly ones, but sometimes when you do shorter trips, they are hiked up.
Yeah, that's fair. I have noticed that.
But if you can find a good one, which you can, there's a vetting process, you just gotta really read the reviews, but I think they're so cozy too, and they can be so unique and so fun, and I agree they're very...
Well, also like cost benefit, right? That's the thing Anthony and I talk about, like, okay, a hotel room, this is what you get, this is the cost. If the Airbnb costs a little more per night, there's also several more rooms.
Yeah, you have
and
so
like,
much space.
There might be in-unit laundry. A hotel room does not have that. There might be like a couch and a living room where you can chill and relax. There might be a full kitchen, coffee maker. Maybe they provide the coffee for you so you don't have to go out and buy coffee every day. You just sort of have to figure out what your priority is. Is it to pay a little more per night to have more space and more amenities, or is it to pay a little less and have a hotel room? Like either one is viable. I just think for the way we like to travel, it just makes more sense for us.
I like to feel home away from home wherever I am. That grounding thing again. I feel
And
like that's the theme of this episode.
If something's happening, or like usually Airbnbs in places especially that people like to travel to, they'll have a welcome packet with like, here are our favorite local things to do. It just feels so much more like you're immersed in that space, not just this is the same hotel room with the same generic artwork on the wall. It just feels so much more like you're there.
I love a good host and like a community feel, or like you're being welcomed into a space. So yeah, lots of pros. I hate when they have the hidden fees, but thankfully they just added that feature where you can check the box and they won't, and it'll put it in
so you can see the price
total. I know. I'm like, why were you doing that? I think that was a big customer complaint, but I'm glad they listened.
Because you're like, oh, that's not bad, and then you check out and you're like, why is it $300 more?
I know.
I thought it was
that.
gonna be.
It's so rude, but
And they're like, oh, cleaning fees. I'm like, I will clean it myself.
I know, right? Oh my god, but anyway, so I think those are the main things with wedding. We're definitely both chugging along here.
Yeah. If we've met in real life, message me your address.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm trying to, that's a big thing right now, is like, now that we have the physical save the dates in hand, crowdsourcing addresses from people. Like,
it's a lot of work.
This isn't 1993. Like, I don't have an address book.
Yeah. And people move all the time.
And people move. And I'm like, Mom, you got to get everyone's address from your side of the family, because I don't have time to do this.
Oh my gosh. It's so fun though. I love sending out mail.
You're good at it.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Like every year I would send out Christmas cards, handwritten, full out Christmas cards, because I just love to sit down and write down people's addresses and write a note and like do the whole thing, pick out stationery and envelopes. So I'm really looking forward to the invitations. I know that some people, it's like, oh, it's, it's an obligation, whatever. For me, it's a full activity. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be fun.
I think that's the fun part about having more time, and I know we've touched on this, but like, you get to actually make everything like an event and an activity. We have the time to do that, which is nice, because otherwise it's still kind of overwhelming. I'm like, we have so much to do, but
yeah, no, I'm thankful to have so much time. It took us from January to July to figure out what we were even doing,
like to set the date.
Yeah. And obviously we were busy with many other things, but I don't know. Once we got the date, I was on a high. I couldn't even sleep. I was so excited for like a week straight.
That's so cute.
And, I got to see it in person for the first time this week, which was unexpected because it wasn't supposed to be till November. So I feel like I've gotten to make a little progress that I wouldn't have. And, it's so fun. I'm so thankful and excited, and it's magical. So
yay.
It's great. But yeah, so that's kind of the main update now. I think there's a lot more to do on my end, at least.
There's more to do over here too.
Yeah.
I got a list.
I got a list.
I have this running, another little tip that I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but for now, this is definitely...
She's pulling up the notes app.
Yes.
Our core planner
I have
for everything.
concentric notes. One is wedding to-dos, and the other is wedding to-buys. And the wedding
smart.
to-buys are like things you don't think of, like a steamer to have for everyone's dresses, a Polaroid camera to like leave out for, because we haven't totally decided what we're doing like guest book wise, but either way I think it'll be fun. I don't know, like teeth whitening strips and like perfume, shoes, a guest book, a card box, hangers for the bridal suite, glasses, suspenders for our ring bearers, like little things that just as I think of them, I write them down. And if I have a link for it, I'll like pop the link in, or a photo of it, I'll pop the photo in. And that way I just have like a one-stop shop of all of these things that I need to not forget to get. I'll put in there. And then the wedding to-dos is like, no, Anthony wrote that in. Fall even deeper in love.
Ah, that's so cute.
Funny.
We stand.
So this gets adjusted like in 2 to 3 month increments of time. Like, okay, from, right now it says August to October. Like, these are things I want to get done. So it'll like shift a little bit. But some stuff is like call about venue insurance, because you have to get insurance for your venue. Yeah. Doing that, finishing the website. Our DJ sent us like a spreadsheet we get to fill out with music stuff, so we're gonna do that. Sending our save the dates, getting our wedding bands, plan the shower, plan the bachelorette. Like, all of these things are in this little note, and I just kind of adjust it. And Anthony is like shared on these as well. The thing that I've realized in life and in wedding planning is that you have to just do what works for your brain, because Instagram will tell you the best way to plan, the best way to organize, the best way to exist in the world. And if it doesn't work for your brain, it's not going to work in reality. You will not stick to it. You will not use it. You will feel disorganized and chaotic. You just have to do what works for you.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep straight. You definitely need to be organized. I will say that.
I also think it helps to have someone doing it. Like, it's so fun that we're doing this at the same time, but it's also very helpful.
Yeah.
And I think as we get closer, it will become even more helpful, because we'll be like, everything's coming up for me when it's coming up for you.
I know.
For the most part.
What a blessing. And it's just so crazy how...
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Now is the time to make a plan. Whether you plan to vote absentee by mail, in person at your county auditor's office before Election Day, or at your polling place on November 5th, it's important you take steps now to make your plan at voterready.iowa.gov. Remember, Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Find more info at voterready.iowa.gov. This message is presented by the Iowa Secretary of State.
I just look at our whole friendship and how in high school we were like so close together, and then we really took our time, and then we circled back to this now. Yeah. It's just wild. I could have never predicted it, but it also checks out so much.
Yeah, it does
so
check
cool.
out. I know. It's so cool though, because I think it wouldn't feel as full circle and beautiful if we had been able to predict any of it. So
we've had so much character development. Like,
really
I feel like our friendship feels like a movie unfolding in real time.
Someone should make one.
I know.
Who would play you?
Wait, really
if we couldn't play ourselves, if we were like busy.
Honestly, I don't know.
If we had the budget.
Maybe Lily Collins from Emily in Paris.
Would play you?
I don't know. That's just who I'm thinking of right now.
You both have great eyebrows.
Yeah, she does have great eyebrows.
So do you.
Who would play you?
I don't know.
It's a hard question. I've never thought of this.
You answered it
before.
very quickly.
Well, because I'm obsessed with that show right now, like a crazy person, but maybe
Ashley Park should just play me, and I'll just be like, is she Korean?
Oh my god, I love her. Honestly, they
That's
they
the
kind
dynamic.
of have our vibes a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe she should just play me.
I love her.
She's way cooler than me.
Both of them are way cooler than both of us, but I love them.
I think you're cooler than Emily.
No.
Your pinky is up and you're drinking water.
Out of your fancy glass.
Crate and barrel.
Love it. Anyways, so that's that.
I was honestly just going to take us on an Emily in Paris tangent.
Oh, I could go off.
But she hasn't watched season 4 yet, so we really can't.
Well, I'm going to
watch... Have you seen the preview for season 4?
No, I'm not. I'm watching it in 2 days on my flight back home.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this. I have never watched this show. And Kristen, we have it on Rediscover. You told me to watch this show years
Because
ago.
I wanted you to see the parallel to my life that was season 1.
And now I see it. And
it was just in a cooler setting.
Oh my
with better
God.
clothes.
Well, I put it on the plane a few, like, not even, probably about a month ago, and I've caught up to the season 3 finale, but I, on this flight home for Nana's birthday, I was having a terrible anxiety spell because I had to take very long forms of transportation in, like, middle seats, which makes me claustrophobic and whatever. So Emily in Paris came to my rescue, and I only had the brain power to watch it for 8 hours straight. I think I watched season 2 and season 3 all in a row. It was insane.
Wow. You're going to have to go back and rewatch, too. There's stuff that you miss.
I would truly watch it all again from start to finish, and I might. But yeah, I'm at the end of season 3. I'm gonna watch the Rome episodes on Tuesday.
I love them.
I'm so excited.
See, the reason I asked if you saw the preview is because there's like a whole thing.
Oh my God, I don't even know. I'm trying to make it like a little treat for myself.
And I'm just so curious what you think.
Okay, I'll text you. But
I want live updates.
yeah,
please.
we'll circle back hopefully when we record next. But I just love it, and I might be toxic, but like I fell in love with Gabrielle.
See,
and
that's
I
so
know,
interesting.
Well, it's so unlike me. Isn't
It is
it?
unlike you. That's why you're cooler than Emily. It's not unlike me, but it's unlike you. I have a thing for a chef, you know.
It's very unlike me to be attached to him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan anymore.
I know.
I was season 1.
I know.
He lost me. Team Alfie, though, you know. Right,
Alfie.
Anthony?
What's that?
Team Alfie?
Anthony's here. Guys, has Anthony ever been on Rediscover?
No. Come on over.
Anthony, come sit.
Hello.
We're talking about Emily in Paris.
He has been a long time. Everyone, this is my fiance, Anthony.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Do you want to just say everything in Italian?
No, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you've been talked about for so long, but you've never been on Rediscover. An avid longtime listener, though.
Yes.
When we first started dating, he used to listen to Rediscover to get to know me.
Oh, it's like having an inside scoop. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a cheat code,
It is a
really.
little bit, yeah.
Steven watched all my YouTube videos as
Oh,
well.
no.
I
No,
know.
especially-
I haven't shown Anthony those yet.
Oh, come on, they're so
I
cute.
will now that he's committed
did-
to me forever.
Yeah,
the love languages episodes were
that's helpful.
Yeah.
very helpful.
Oh,
Like
we did a
that
whole
one.
dating month.
Well, he listened to all of those. He was like, I felt like I was cheating because I was learning all these things about you that you hadn't yet learned about me. But, like, I got to know a lot through those.
Also public domain, so
Yeah, it's totally fair.
Yeah.
No, it was you being very resourceful. I was impressed.
thank you.
That's cute.
We were discussing that I am now Team Alfie. She hasn't seen season 4, so we can't give
I'll
anyone
update you on
spoilers.
Tuesday.
Okay.
But Anthony is also
Are you Team Alfie?
a heterosexual man who has willingly watched this entire show with me.
This show is for the girls, gays, and golden retriever.
I got
That's
I
so
got
true.
roped. I got roped into this
You
thing.
can't
So-
help it. The drama's
can't
so
help
It's
it.
good.
true. So I started rewatching it while I would be like getting ready in the morning when we were staying in Charleston last year. Like, and the Airbnb we had in Charleston was like one big room. So the TV was like right there, and he'd just be like laying on the bed, like scrolling through his phone or whatever. And I'd be getting ready and like watching it at the same time, and he just started like looking up. It's literally every man accidentally watching a show. Like,
It's hard to not get invested into this.
but yeah, Team Alfie.
What's it all about?
Alfie. He sings that song all the time. He's like, is that a real song? I'm like, yeah.
Aw,
Is
I
it?
love it.
It is a real song.
I think it's from a musical.
It is.
Oh.
I love that show. I'm obsessed. It's just, it really honestly does capture what it feels like to be an American in a foreign country, though. Like the wonder and awe she has going into
Yeah.
this experience, and then all the culture shocks and the like differences in personalities and the weird things you run into, and your optimism like kind of gets faltered sometimes.
You're like,
but
okay. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't know. I mean, the only place I've ever been is Italy. and
That's
not for
fair. It
that
didn't
long.
feel like that
Yeah.
foreign to you.
But I mean, there's definitely cultural norms that you're like not used to, and like
Yeah. Well, in Paris too, specifically.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Paris is so specific.
Yeah, and I
I know
wonder how
it's-
much of that is satirical. I wonder how much of that is actually true.
I think, I don't know, I'm an American saying this, so don't like hold it against me, but I feel like it was pretty accurate as far as like stereotypes go.
Yeah, like
You
the
know.
peppy, obnoxious American.
Speak friend.
I also think when I say Team Alfie, I don't mean for her.
I don't know if they're 100%.
I don't know if anyone's for her yet.
No. I still like Gabrielle. I gotta let it go. What the heck's
too.
my
I
problem?
don't know. It is weird. This is weird for us.
I know.
Usually I'm the one who's like, it's fine. You know, he's just going through a lot. And you're like, no, I think he's just like that.
No,
Yeah.
He's being manipulated. He just doesn't.
I gotta watch season 4. I'm probably gonna
is-
change my mind in 3 days, but I'm holding on for what? For what, Jess?
Well,
Also,
you'll see.
like, there's been moments where we're watching this show, and because of my profession, because I'm a chef, so it's like there's one scene where like Gabrielle's like, I have to go watch the kitchen, and Kristen goes, that's not how that works.
I was like, I don't know what
like
emergency I would call. Like, I think if something was really horribly wrong, you could leave.
I can't remember the context, but it was not.
But it wasn't like nothing was on fire and no one was
No.
bleeding. So there was no other circumstance that would cause Anthony to be able to be like, I have to go watch the kitchen. It would
So
not
funny
happen.
with
Yeah,
Antoine.
not necessarily an accurate depiction of restaurant life for sure. Or what it's like to be in a marketing job either.
Oh, I know. That
Wait,
one.
that's not what it's like.
No, I wish it was. It's kind
That
of
video
fun.
you sent me.
Just like putting together pitches in
like
4
on the
hours.
fly.
Yeah, just like, we have an idea for this. It's champagne.
Yeah.
And it like takes the internet by storm.
Oh my god, it's
And
honestly,
everyone makes money.
But everybody always posts online. They're like, Emily in Paris is not for logistics. It is just for pleasure.
It's
and
just for vibes.
entertainment and vibes. Like that is it.
Also,
I
high
agree.
favorite character, Papa Champagne.
Oh my god.
Oh,
he's-
it's like Anthony's favorite
He
because
is.
of course it is.
no, not-
If you want to know what Anthony's like, it's Cummy's dad.
oh my
He
god.
is Champere.
The one where he cut his
Oh my
hand
god!
off.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I literally that's the only part of the show I haven't watched because I can't handle the blood. But I was like, fast forward.
It's not real. It's not real blood.
I don't care.
It's so
still-
realistic.
My brain
though.
thinks it
He's
is.
like just savoring. He's just savoring champagne bottle after champagne bottle.
Oh my
so
god,
funny.
he is chaotic.
He's
but
great
It's
though.
a great style.
It's
Yeah.
so funny. Glad you've seen it too, Anthony. I'm gonna get Steven to watch it with me eventually.
Team Mindy, Team Benoit, not Team Camille.
I know.
That's
Which
all.
is really sad.
Yeah, no, she sucks.
I don't like her mom either.
No.
She made me really mad. What a
Anyway,
show.
great show. But you know what? To be fair, Darren Star, Lily Collins produces the show. Darren Star created the show.
I think so. I can't remember exactly.
Created Sex and the City, which is also a show that we only watched for the vibes and was not realistic at all.
Yeah.
But I like Emily in Paris better. And
I don't need realistic. I
No.
need something to make me feel good, and that's what it does.
yeah.
I've never watched a single episode of Sex and the City.
Honestly, me neither.
I watched it growing up. I don't know why I was allowed to watch it growing up, but
Well,
like
ask
it would
Sue
just
about
be
it.
on. I know. Sometimes I think she thought it just went over our heads, but like
It probably did.
I also think it was just like on a lot. And I think my cousins were all older than me. They watched it. We watched like Dawson's Creek. We watched Gilmore Girls when it was like first on TV.
That's amazing.
Gilmore Girls was the only one that like stuck with me though. Like I wouldn't go back and do a Dawson's Creek rewatch.
I can't believe Gilmore Girls is such a cultural phenomenon nowadays.
I know it
too.
almost feels like
It had a
I'm
resurgence.
old though because I'm
Yeah.
like you guys don't even know.
Yeah. Did it come out like every week?
Yeah,
Was
on,
it
on
what
the
channel?
CW?
The CW. Wow. I love that has like spaces for commercial breaks because
Yeah.
you only watch it on streaming.
so
And
great.
It fades to black
Yeah.
and
But
then
I-
comes back.
I think this drama.
I think the
Oh my
beautiful thing
God.
about shows like that is you couldn't make that show now. Like you couldn't make Friends now. It's
No.
charming because it's of its time,
Yeah.
and now it wouldn't be as nostalgic and charming. Like
Yeah, I'm rewatching it because, it's
It's
fall.
fall.
We do a rewatch.
Same.
But I'm realizing I love the first season, and I just remember, like, things that happen in later seasons that I'm dreading.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfortunate.
you are like that when you watch things though. Like if you know something sad or bad is coming, you're like,
I always want it to change. I always have this weird optimism that things are not going to unfold the same way that they are literally recorded and produced to unfold. But I'm like, well, maybe it'll be better this time when I watch it. Like The Little Mermaid.
maybe I'll
I'm
think
like,
differently.
maybe she won't go to Ursula. She always does, but I just hope
sure
that
does.
she doesn't.
Gilmore
It's
Girls
kinda
is
funny.
comforting to me. It
Oh, I
stresses
love it.
Anthony out, but it's
I
comforting to
understand.
me.
Not. It's not for me.
That's
I tried.
okay.
I gave it the college.
But you
try.
like some of it. You like all the Luke stuff.
I love Luke. He's one of my favorites.
I mean, yeah, okay.
You just don't like when the Gilmores are all together. It stresses
it's
you
a
out.
lot. I get that.
I have grown to appreciate Emily Gilmore as I get older.
She wrote a book, Kelly Bishop. The
She
actress.
did?
Yeah, it's called The Third Gilmore.
Oh wait, I think I saw that.
She's
I
on-
thought it was like AI. It's real.
No, it's real.
Oh,
It's
wow.
so cute.
What? I didn't
Nothing.
know.
Nothing.
It's really cute.
Okay, I have to read it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's good. She's doing I think it's a book tour or something. She keeps posting about
We
it.
should get back on our
She
library
writes
game.
like about her experiences on Gilmore Girls.
Being Emily Gilmore.
I think. I mean,
It's like
I
a
haven't
memoir-y
read it.
vibe?
I think it is.
I love a memoir.
Yeah. Oh my god, so excited.
I love that genre of book. Stanley Tucci, he's holding up the microphone right now.
Thank
Oh
God.
no, I wasn't looking for Stanley.
Oh, I'm always looking for Stanley. I named the ghost in our rainbow room after Stanley
There's a
Tucci.
ghost.
Oh, there's
in
a
our rainbow.
ghost?
There's not
A
a
little
ghost.
ghosty.
There's not a. Oh, the
Not a
lamp.
real ghost,
The
just a
lamp.
Halloween
Oh,
decoration. The energy in here is very good. There is
It is
no
very
sign of
good.
haunting, and I know that because usually when I move in somewhere, I have a really hard time like sleeping at first. And here, I got here and was like, "Good night." I sleep soundly here.
That's really good.
I sleep so soundly. He's
it's
like,
an old
he like
house.
thinks I'm dead sometimes.
Sometimes I check for breath. Like,
I do that with my dog.
Like finger
is
under
it,
nose.
is it anxiety? I don't know, but it's fair.
Our apartment is 100 years old, you guys.
So much
The
life.
Roaring
went through
20s
here.
happened in this house. When we were moving in here and like decorating it, we were like, "Ugh, I want it to feel like Roaring 20s cocktail party could happen here still."
Yes, I agree. And I suggested a wine night first thing.
Oh, yes.
So-
And we haven't had one here yet, so we would be honored if you and Steven would
Oh,
attend
We
our very
will.
first.
thank you for
we
the
can
invite.
savor a bottle of champagne.
He'll savor a hay burner.
Yeah, that's fine.
He had them at the tailgate before the Bills game last week that we went to, and he was like, "For Steven."
Oh, he's honored. A Hayburner is our local IPA here in Buffalo, and it is
One of many, but a very culty popular one.
It's the best. Steven won a literal Hayburner photo contest with a picture he posted with Penny last year.
It was Penny that won it
Chicken
for
wing
him,
hat-
let's be
chicken
real.
wing hat.
It was also the chicken wing hat.
It was also the golden
I mean,
retriever.
and also like what 8 in the morning.
I don't know. It was amazing. I
It's-
think it was
the
in-
whole slogan is like 10 a.m. Hayburner.
10 a.m. Hayburner.
Yeah.
Buffalo
Oh,
is a drinking town.
Yeah.
These people drink like fish, but in their defense,
I can't.
winter is long and there's not much else to do.
I get it.
Somewhere, Steven just sat up straight in his chair.
He did. He's sleeping right now in Albania, and he probably just sat up in his
He just
bed.
went, Aru?
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Now is the time to make a plan. Whether you plan to vote absentee by mail, in person at your county auditor's office before Election Day, or at your polling place on November 5th, it's important you take steps now to make your plan at voterready.iowa.gov. Remember, Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Find more info at voterready.iowa.gov. This message is presented by the Iowa Secretary of State.
Oh my
Does he have a
goodness.
rankings of the best Guinnesses he's had in
Well,
different countries?
I'm sure in
Ireland.
Dublin
It's just,
is
he
his
doesn't.
favorite.
That's it.
You don't drink it outside of Ireland because that's the source, and if it travels anywhere, it does
I don't know.
like
I
taste
had a-
different.
No,
See,
I
we
had-
have some elitist things like that in our...
the best Guinness I ever had was in Rome.
Really?
At an Irish bar in Rome.
Okay.
Wait, in,
have
you're,
you had
in
it in
Steven's
Ireland?
defense,
You
you've
haven't.
never
I
been
haven't
to
had
Ireland.
it. No, you're. I said the best one.
You've had,
Yeah.
Well, that's closer than the U.S. Guinness doesn't travel that great to the U.S. It's just not.
Don't isn't I, if I'm not mistaken, don't they have a brewery here?
I don't know.
Do they? Someone is shouting at us right now.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Or maybe
I'm
not, because I
allowed
don't
to
know if
be
that's our
wrong.
demographic.
You are.
I'm allowed to be. I am a
You're
strong and
right.
capable man.
Ted Lasso. That's the other show we will rewatch
I
until
love
eternity. Ted Lasso.
There was that one day on the internet recently where there were all these rumors flying that it was getting renewed or
It is.
something.
It
Is it
We're getting a
real?
season 4.
Is it really real?
I think so.
I get so scared to believe.
I mean,
these
didn't
things.
like Apple News or something confirm it? It was like some actual source that
Oh.
said something.
I really hope so because I feel so unsettled. I can't even talk about it.
I think it is, but Jamie Tart is not going to be in it.
No,
I know.
What do you mean?
I love him.
I would have traded Jamie Tart for Ted Lasso. Like they could have carried on the show
Without Jason
without
Sudeikis.
Ted.
Yeah.
and it would have been fun.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
like, it kind of would be like a next generation kind of vibe. Yeah.
Right.
I'm really pissed about Roy and Keely. I can't even talk about it. Here's me again hanging on to these OGs. I like OGs, I guess.
Okay, but Roy and Keely was good.
I like them together.
Yeah.
I just want them together. I, don't
I
want her
didn't
with
like
Jamie.
Keely with, or what was her name? Jack.
Yeah, also, I mean,
Wait, did she circle back to Jamie?
yeah.
No.
Well, not officially, but her and Jamie had this like slight rekindling, but then it was weird. I don't know. Yeah, the whole thing was her name Jack? I can't even remember.
Her name was Jack, yeah.
I didn't like that whole subplot.
I
It
didn't
was so
either.
drama.
It was also like unhealthy and toxic.
It was
and,
really
like,
toxic.
It was good because I feel like there's always this trope of like heterosexual couples toxic relationships because they've been portrayed in media and TV and film for so long, but like you can have a toxic relationship as a same-sex couple too.
Yeah.
And I think for so long we've just been trying to be like, hey, it's okay, that now we're like, it's also okay if it's not okay.
Yeah.
And so it was good for that purpose to be like,
some more representation
of like a
variety.
spectrum
Yeah.
of relationships within that context, but
Yeah.
it was not good.
Whatever it is, I don't
And
like a toxic relationship.
think Keely was always bisexual. Like, it wasn't that she was with Jack the woman, it was that Jack the person was toxic.
No,
like,
Jack was
not good.
Even Keely's relationship with Rebecca earlier on in the show.
It like seemed like it could go
And
either
she was
way.
like, oh, yeah. Oh, what was it? Oh, my God. Whatever it was. She was like, imagine that. And Keely was like, I have.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, well, you know.
that's fair.
She's iconic.
That's fair.
I'm obsessed with the actress that plays Rebecca. She
Yeah.
is. I want her to like blow up. I
She's
think
a gem.
she's so
She's
cool.
amazing.
There's
She
a-
is so talented. It's
There's
insane.
a video of her like ripping off a
paparazzi.
He was
Yeah.
like, "Don't tell me to spin or smile."
Smile.
Whatever
No,
it was.
Spin was my story.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah.
I really do hope it comes back for real, for real. I didn't know this was going to turn into a TV show podcast, but here we are.
Well, I just feel like in this season of life where so much is going on, you're still traveling a lot and you're planning a wedding, and like so much, you know, health stuff is a challenge for both of us right now. There's so much going on, both good and bad. Like Anthony always says, I'm drinking champagne out of a fire hose. Like, it's all good things, but it's coming at me really fast.
Yeah, lots going on.
And for
at
me,
once.
it's like a little of that, and also fire out of just a fire. Just a fire. No,
Fire out of a
no
fire
hose.
hose.
There's no hose. It just feels like everything. It's the dog in the meme that's
just-
like,
oh,
it's
it is
fine.
fine.
Everything's fine. That's how some days feel. And I feel like these TV shows that are so comforting and have like relatable characters. And I'm a big rewatch girly. I will rewatch a show that I love until the end of time.
yeah.
But it's like kind of just this steadying thing right now. It's like having a home to come back to.
It's cozy. I love these little worlds that each of these shows create. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm going to Stars Hollow, or I'm
Yeah.
going to Paris, or I'm going to
I've always-
Richmond.
yeah.
And I think I know, and I think that's why every time we've gotten to go to any of the physical locations, it makes me feel something that's so different and so special, because
Yeah.
you feel so connected to it from whenever you are watching it, or you spend hours invested into this alternate world, and it's these characters feel like your friends. I just love
know.
them.
But
Anyway, but
you know, I'm trying to think of the theme of this episode.
I think it's been coming back home and like grounding. That's what we keep going to, is recentering.
It's a marathon.
Speaking of coming home, a Bills game is starting not too
And our
far
pizza's
from
here.
now. Oh my gosh.
13 minutes ago.
This is a very
Oh, it's been sitting outside. Is it raining?
No, it's fine. Is
Okay.
it in the vestibule?
No, it's sitting on the front stoop.
Oh my gosh. This is a
stoop.
very Buffalo conversation to have.
Pizza's here.
Pizza's here. Bill's game is starting in about 10 to 20 minutes. We've got things to do.
We got things to do. So,
I'm glad we got to reunite and actually record in person after almost a whole year.
oh my gosh, when was the last time I saw? It was October. Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Yeah.
But it really feels like it hasn't been that long.
No, and that's, yeah, the years are starting to go by. I feel like when you get older, the years go by a little faster.
And I think when you have people that make you feel grounded, which you would definitely qualify as that person to me, it feels like no time has passed every time like we don't see each other for a while.
I know, and it's always such a sweet, fun reunion. So,
Yay. Well, you're welcome to sit in my living room anytime.
Thank you. I can't wait for Christmas season here.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be
You're more than
cozy.
welcome to come help decorate.
Yay.
We'll make a
Fun.
day of it.
Amazing.
Hot cocoa all around.
Oh my God. Well,
Just like,
Christmas. Anyways,
Me?
me.
Christmas
Oh.
decorating.
Yeah, I love Christmas.
I love Christmas. Thank you all so much for listening. This was really fun.
Thanks for stopping by, Anthony.
Yes.
As
Thank
if you
for
don't also live here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Anthony, for your first cameo appearance. Thank you all for being patient during our hiatus, but it was great to catch up with you today.
Trust me, if we would have recorded during that time, it would have been chaotic. So this is better, I promise.
It's more reflective
Yeah.
and grounded.
And not as like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Kermit flail.
Yes,
It was a little of a Kermit flail summer.
but we did it.
But we're here.
Well, good vibes to the Bills. Hope they score some touchdowns tonight. And good vibes to all of you during this fall season and to you, Kristen, during this next chapter
you.
of life.
You,
Whatever it has in store for us.
Yeah, and we'll be reunited again in like 6-ish weeks.
I know.
So
Oh, so excited. So many adventures to come
Yay.
and memories to be made. So we'll talk to you all next time. Thank you for listening. And that's all we've got for today.
bye.
Outro, take 1.
Thank you for joining us. Oh, hold on.
Outro, take 2.
Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Rediscover.
If you haven't already subscribed, hit that button and join the Rediscover fam.
Come back on the first Tuesday of every month for brand new episodes.
If you're like us and you have opinions about everything, leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. Your positivity inspires our creativity, and we love hearing from you.
Follow us on Instagram at JessicaFaye508 and positively.Kristen.
And check out Jess's blog at theroadjesstraveled with 1l.com.
Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye!